Hi guys, this is Jen and welcome to Jen's World About Watercolour. So today I'm painting a little mouse. I found this reference picture on Pixabay. I'm using my Faber-Castell mechanical pencil and my Schminky watercolours. I'll be using my silver black velvet brushes and I'm painting in my Stillman and Byrne Beta Series watercolour book in A5 size. These books are awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to finish off drawing my picture and you guys can listen to a bit of music while I'm drawing. Okay, so now I'm going into paint and I'm just starting with his eyes and I'm using a little bit of Payne's grey just in a light wash just to get him started. So yeah, I'll do a few coats on his eyes to deepen him up, but yeah, I'll start with a very light wash. Just go around leaving the whites for reflections on his eyes. Now I'll add a bit of Payne's grey again around his nose. I'll just put a little dab of that, a little touch of Payne's grey around on his darker areas, and it's very light coat, so it'll fade right back and I can put other colours on top. There, stop it, you don't need to bark, mate. Okay, so a bit of Payne's grey I'm adding around his ears just to define them, just like that. Now I'm going in with a bit of yellow ochre. Just going to add that, a very wet consistency around his whole little body, just to give him a good base coat of colour. Oh, piggy! Piggy dog. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing a bit more yellow ochre just around his body. Excuse my dogs making strange noises in the background. The little sausages that they are. Okay, so now I'm going in with a bit of raw sienna just around his belly and his bottom, just to darken that up a bit because they've got lots of different colours of browns and greys through their coats. So this just gives them an effect of depth in their fur later on. So now I'm going in with a bit of transparent umber under his forehead and between his ears and the top of his back. And now I'm going to wet that out a little bit, put a little bit of water in the brush and just soften those edges right up, get that lump out of there. Don't know where that came from. And yeah, just so drag that around a little bit. Now add a little bit more transparent umber around his nose, just to darken up that grey spot. And around his cheek. A bit onto his ear. There, pop down. Now I'm doing a little bit of transparent umber again, just around his arm or his shoulder, onto his side. He's quite a rotund little guy, this mouse. Anyway, I've always loved mice. These guys are my go-to to draw or paint when I feel happy or sad or tired or energetic, anything. If I ever feel like I need to do something, I draw mice. You'll love these guys. Yeah, that comes from my childhood. I used to have pet mice when I was a kid. My dad even built me a special, like a Barbie double-story house for them. So they had rooms and stairs and all kinds of fun stuff, and it had a mesh front, so I could sit and watch them for hours and hours and hours. So yeah, that's where my love of mice came from. Anyway, so now I'm going in with a bit of burnt umber around the top of his head again and softening it with a bit more, like a bit of a damp brush, so I don't get any harsh lines. Now I'm going back into the eyes with a bit of Payne's grey and making that to its full darkness now, trying to leave the highlights at the top of the eyes, just like that. Bit too much in there, so I can sop that up with my towel. As long as the watercolour is still wet, you can fix pretty much anything, which is a really good thing. Now I'm going in with a bit of Scarlet Red, very fine or thin watery consistency for his ears, and I'll pop a bit on his feet as well. And I'll go back in with a slightly thicker consistency of the Scarlet Red on his feet, just to make them a bit darker, because his ears are so transparent that his feet are, you know, they're thicker, so they're darker. So yeah, put a bit more red on them, and then I'll go back to the thin mix for his tail, a bit darker in his ears, just down the bottom in where it's the deep part of his ear. And now I'll just run the thin wash again over his tail, just like that. And then I go into my Indian red. I love Indian red, it's the most glorious colour. And now I take that around his tail. I find Indian red you can use for any animal that's got pink bits. You can use it to, it's just a beautiful, most beautiful colour, really versatile colour. So yeah, pop that on his nose and his little mouth. And now, a bit more Indian red. Add that into his ear, so I take it all over his body a little bit, so it sort of unifies everything. If you just put it, whatever colour you use, if you use it in just one little spot, it'll stand out. If you add it to the whole body in little bits, it unifies the whole body together. So yeah, so putting a bit more Indian red around his belly. Yeah, excuse the noises in the background. If you can hear those over the music, that's my dogs. They decided to do sound effects all of their own. Anyway, so now I'm doing a little bit of yellow ochre just over his nose, and now I'm adding water into his chest, into his white bits, and I'm going to pop a little tiny bit of cobalt turquoise, so that yeah, it just gives a bit of a shadowy effect to the white on his little belly, and just around his nose, just like that. And now I'm just mixing a bit of Quin Purple, bit of indigo, bit of Payne's grey, mixing it all together to make like just a dark ground colour, and a bit of burnt umber, and that, yeah, that's just to make the ground under his feet, just like that. So yeah, going around his toes, I'm not being too fussy. I'm just popping it in quite simply, like that, around his toes. Leaving little glimmers of white. I'm not going making it completely solid sort of ground, just a little bit of sparkle there. Just like that. And then I'll take it around his tail. I should probably be using a bigger brush, but that's okay. I will learn at some point, but yeah, not today apparently. So yeah, so I'll just take that across and do under his tail, just like that. Now I'm going to just put a little bit of a darker consistency, thicker consistency just under his body, because his body would be blocking the light. So just darkening just those little bits up there. whiskers with the fine end of my beautiful black velvet brush. So they've got gorgeous points on them. So yeah, so do his little whiskers and a few dots around. And then I get a bit out of control and do dots in the wrong places where I shouldn't be doing dots, like his eyes and his forehead, and I don't like that anymore, so they need to go. That was a silly idea, don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, while the paint's wet, I can fix it. So I shall just put too much black on or grey on and then go, okay, I'm going to disappear you grey, like that. And then I go over with a little bit of yellow ochre and I make it all better, just like that. So yeah, so watercolour, you can fix stuff. You can go back and change if you don't want it. If you don't like it, you can change it, which I just did. Perfect example. Anyway, so now I'm just doing around his whiskers a little. And I've noticed that he had a bit of a dot, a bit of a reflection, a bit more of a reflection in his eyes. So I've gone in and added those again with my handy dandy white gouache. Dogs, can you not play there, please? Anyway, so I'm adding a bit of gouache around his ears and around his fur, just for his finishing little highlights. Anyway, he's just about done. So thank you for watching this video with me, and I'd love you to like it. Click on the little thumb, and if you want to see more videos, click on subscribe and click the bell, because I'll love to share my videos with you. I really am enjoying this. It's tons of fun. So yeah, so it'd be awesome to see you next video. Anyway, have a great day, guys, and thank you for watching. Okay, bye.